Hey Annette, how's it going? Just finishing up to charge my cell phone because I was almost out of power. Loki's just chilling, waiting for me to set up Laika's supper. He already ate. And he's looking very stylish with his new little hoodie. I love that. Hey Dogo Diamond. Hey Rabbit and the Dogs. How's it going, guys? He's just chilling like a villain. Laika's over there, just waiting for me to say supper's ready. Oh, cool. Thailand. Do you have dogs? Are they hot? First is first. Congrats on being first. Laika, yamashi. Oh, she knows what's up. So we're gonna prepare some nice little dinner. I got her raw meat. It looks very foul, but it's nice chicken and kale, and there's some raw bone and some marrow. She absolutely loves it. Laika, imashi. Loki's looking at it like, I like some of that. It's all biological chicken, some bone marrow. There's some kale in it. Really, really well balanced. They always beg for more. Look at Loki over there. Like, he just ate like a pig and he's just looking at her dinner like, I'd like to eat some of that. Laika's a very picky eater, so going on the raw diet was a very big step for her because now she eats everything every day. She's not picky. She just loves it. Hey Husky Mag, how's it going? Glad you could join us. Laika's just gonna finish her little dinner, and then we can get to the serious business. She really loves that chicken. He's like, hey, can I get some chicken too? I like chicken. It's a blended of chicken, bone marrow. There's some kale in it. Um, there's absolutely no grain. It's when I buy it, it comes out like this. These are all frozen. They're 500 grams, and she eats about 3 to 4 every day. I'm gonna give her 4 if she's gonna have a very active day, and we're gonna do a lot of outdoor walking and running and whatnot. But today I was mostly working, and it was maybe a little boring for her, so she's only gonna get 3. She already had 1 this morning, and she just had 2. So I just put them in the fridge. They slowly defrost, and she gets the little mushy part. When it's warm in the summer, I leave it all frozen up so it cools her off at the same time. She really loves it. Loki, what's up, boy? You're not left out. I got this for you. It's nice, filled with peanut butter. Mm. Here you go. Man, he loves that. Do you guys have dogs too? Do they love the Kong with the peanut butter inside? It's a big hit over here. Like, they go absolutely crazy for it. Who's a good boy? Oh, yes. Um, well, I know some of them are not. Some dogs aren't. They just don't have the stomach, or they don't digest very well raw meat. But over here, it's the craze. They just love it. Like, I tried it a couple of times with Loki, and now I've got the problem that he uh, he doesn't really like his dry food anymore. Like, he's like, why do I have to eat this when I could be eating that? Um, but I know some people have dogs, and they've tried it, and the dogs have been having diarrhea and not feeling too good, and just feel out of not well. They don't feel so good. So I think it's something you should probably try, but maybe not buy too much at once, just in case you get stuck with it. Rabbit and dogs, thanks very much. They are little cuties. My wife went to Winners today, and she bought this little hoodie for Loki. I love Dad. He seems to like it. He's a very stylish young man. We got some more treats for them. We got some of these. This is actually just dry food, but It's a turkey with deboned turkey, and we've got this with some little dry food in it. They really like that one. And we've got this, the cabin chews. Hey Brianna, how's it going? Assis. Bon garçon. Assis. Couché. Assis. Deux pattes. Bonne fille. Deux pattes is, it means two paws in French. It's like jump on my forearm or something like that. Got a little ASMR going on. Brianna, you're having health issues? What's going on? Nothing serious, I hope. Hi, Christina. How's it going? Dude, when you've been to the Brianna, when you've been to the hospital, did they give you a clue on what it could be, or are they running tests, or what's going on? Just gonna put some of these dry foods in the toy. They did a CAT scan and an X-ray. Wow, that really sucks. Do you have another appointment? Are they gonna run other tests, or? Have you been stressed lately? Because those are also symptoms of panic attacks. He's trying to figure out how to get the treats. Who's your good girl? Who's your good girl? For physical exams, TB skin test. Hey, Two Dogs Vlogs, how's it going? Not stressed. It can be all kinds of things, but like sometimes it's something like related to stress, or I know my sister's been having some of those a couple of years back, and it was due to high stress at work. They're all cleaned up. We went outside earlier, but we no, I don't. TB skin test. What is that? Is that like for allergies or something like that? Oh, you got stuff to say. Did you want this? Was this what you wanted? Oh. You don't want this. Just put it there. Yeah, we went. I was working a lot today, so I didn't have a lot of chance to take them outside, except for a morning walk. So we went to the dog park for about 45 minutes, and they were just running everywhere, and they came back, and outside is all melting, so their paws were all dirty, so they got a nice little scrub down, and now they're nice and clean. And my wife was shopping today, and she bought this little hoodie for Loki, saying "I love Daddy," which is very stylish, and he seems to like it. It's a nice fit, but for how long, I don't know. They went in the pool and now they're all wet. They smell like doggies, wet doggies. Loki smelled a little bit like a wet doggy earlier. No, it's not so bad. It was mostly the paws and the belly that was wet. The rest of his fur was all dry. It was all right. And Laika was a good girl. She was just hanging around me, just running after Loki from time to time. In red dirt. Wow, tuberculosis. That's really serious. Wow, I'd be stressed about that. Have the doctors given you any indication of why they think that test would be would be required, or is it because those are some of the symptoms? I'm really not familiar with all of this. She's like, leave me alone. I don't want to be touched. But he wants to. Don't you? Oh yeah. Who's your good boy? Who's your good boy? Who's your good boy? He's so cuddly and affectionate. He's a big teddy bear. Oh, look at Miss Jealous over there. I don't want to be touched, but I don't want you touching other dogs either. Hmm? Oh, I understand. Because of the children, they're more, the immune systems are not fully developed, and there's always a chance. I understand. Is it a big daycare, or do you, is it part of your line of work? You didn't even want it 2 seconds ago. And now that Laika wants it, you want it. That's how it works. You're just gonna be guarding the toys now? You're the toy guard? Good boy. I think that would be a good idea. If they rolled in the red dirt, they must be funny looking now. It's gonna make a mess in your tub. Well, if you bathe them inside, I mean. If you do it outside, there's not gonna be any problem. Just go ahead. You're a big girl. You're not gonna get yourself bossed around by this little man. Oh, I understand. Look at this big girl. Loki. Loki. What are you doing? Yeah, she just likes to sit on my feet and just wait there. Waiting for pets. What's a good girl? Oh, yeah. What's a good girl? Well, it's how can I say this? I'm trying to find the words in English. Some people are just assholes. that's the only way I can think about putting it. Like, I mean, it's not even anybody's fault, and I think like if you wanna feel superior because of something like that, like you're really low on the humanity scale. I just rubbed you and now I've got full of this everywhere. Laika's shedding like crazy. Like I've got some of this everywhere. I can pull it right off. She's gonna be due to a big brushing. I didn't want to do it today because her fur was a little wet, but I'm definitely gonna do it tomorrow morning. I've been, well, me and my wife have been thinking about getting those Robovacs. What are they called? Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. Those little disc-like robots going around the house and sweeping the floors. But we have really thick carpets. Like I don't know if you can see it better from here, but like they're pretty thick. They're at least I'd say almost an inch thick, and the robot would not be able to go over it. And everywhere else, like there's the stairs, there's another carpet there. It can't really go around from here or there. So essentially we'd just be doing this area over here, the kitchen and like the little washroom we've got here. And I don't know if it justifies the price they're asking for those things. Or I'm not sure I want to pay for 2 or 3 for one for each floor. That would just be ridiculous. So I made my decision. I think we're gonna just continue just vacuuming every 2 or 3 days and doing a big house clean every week. That's part of the deal. You want some dogs, you just have to assume the fact that there's gonna be some cleaning. Oh, is that right? It lasted a day. There's also the factor that I think Loki and Laika might try to see it as a toy and just attack them. And I've seen them at Costco, like on a real big discount. I don't know if they're the good ones, but they were like $400. But I've seen some going up to 700. So I don't know if that's the best ones, or if they do anything special, or if they mop, or I really don't know. But it's a lot of money for essentially just a contraption that's eventually gonna break after a couple of months. Laika, do you have anything to say to your loyal watchers? What about you, Loki? No, peanut butter. That's what I want. I want peanut butter. Laika was slowly closing her eyes. $50, wow. I've never seen the RoboVax at $50. You're in Australia, right? Your Australian money is pretty much the same as well. The conversion is really close to Canadian money. I'd assume it's not something like related to the exchange rates. Look at this young man just going up and about. That's why. China, they're really taking over all the plans and designs and just making really cheap knockoffs of everything. It's really impressive in the sense that they're able to come up with the production to be able to manufacture this essentially the same product but cheaper. Well, a lot cheaper. I wonder if it's just the production or, well, I'd suppose it's also because of the labor costs. Like I know over here in Canada, like anything you buy that's made over here is just going to be at least 3 times the price. That's true. That's exactly the same the same way I'm thinking. Like I'm gonna buy something that's around between 500 and $700, which is essentially gonna be a gadget that's gonna do. I think for some people it's going to be great because of the layout of the house and the fact that there's not really any carpeting or whatever. But for me, it just wouldn't be worth it. I'm going to be doing 3/4 of the work anyway. Same here. The only few pieces I have that are not made in China or in Mexico. I think like some Italian suits and stuff like that, but like the cost just explodes. Like you've got to wait till they're like an extreme discount, like 70% discount, just to be able to get a reasonable price. But I think that's just how it works. Like if you're willing to pay for quality or for like designer pieces and stuff like that, like you're just gonna have to pay the amount they want for it. Like even some stuff like you can buy on internet. Like my wife she buys a lot of clothes on the internet, and most of the stuff she's gonna go try them out at the store, be sure about the size, and afterwards she's gonna just buy it online, and she notices the quality is not always the same. Like the online stuff, yes, you're gonna save, but like the threading is gonna be there's gonna be less threading. It's gonna be not as a high quality as the ones you could buy in store. But China's gonna be taking over soon. Watch out. Look at this little pig. Laika. Good girl. He has no manners. Really, you guys in Australia have a lot of Chinese cars. That's interesting. They we don't have any up here. Well, up here, like in Canada, there's absolutely no Chinese cars. It took forever to get Teslas, and now everybody's got them. It's crazy. But electricity is really cheap here, so it makes sense. Still, 100 grand for a car, it's a little expensive. Let's see what we got. So we did the Pro Nature. We've got no more of these cabin shoes. You've already had your peanut butter in the Kong, and you've had the chew toy. Let's see if we've got something else in stores for you guys. Can't go wrong with greenies. Yeah, I know. Well, the price of the electricity is really a factor. Loki, Laika. Over here, most of the electricity is from the is hydroelectricity. So it comes from the dams. It's very clean, and we've got rivers everywhere. So I'd say 95 or 90% of all the electricity comes from there. We've also got the wind turbines. So it's really like a green power. Over the province next to us, Ontario, they've got more of a, they've got nuclear and coal and all those other stuff. So it's more expensive for them, but also it means having an electric car might be a little trickier, because I don't know if it's worth the while. The problem here in Canada is there's just so much distance. Like you go the closest big city from Quebec City, where we live, is Montreal. That's 2 hour. That's a 2.5 hour drive. So, like if you've got an electric car, you go over there. Like you, 2/3 of your power's gone. So, like you've got to stay there for at least what? I'd say half a day to charge up. Yeah, most of the buildings downtown here have solar panels too. It's I think it's a really good idea, especially if the buildings are tall enough to, well, not to be below the clouds, but above the clouds, I mean, but like high enough that if there's like some smog or some low altitude pollution, sometimes it can reach over. Yeah, I think that's a big thing. Most of the cars are getting that way. The technology is really catching up on all the manufacturers. There we go. They don't want to share. Loki's just looking at it, looking at Laika, trying to figure out how it's done. I just love it when he does that. Go on. You want some help? These are hard to get out. I just touch it. I don't have any. I just touched it. Loki. We got this collection. We're having supper and he was just bringing every single toy he had up to us, trying to get us to give him some food in exchange for some of his toys. There you go. Look, you got some out. Some more here. I was talking about how Laika is. I just love looking at Laika, showing Loki how to operate certain toys or how to do certain things, and she does it, and he just sits right next to her, looking, and you can see like his gears turning in his head, like he's trying to figure out, all right, this is what I need to do. This is how it works. Good boy. Did she get your toy? Did she get your toy? Like. Oh, sorry. Wasn't sure. Yeah, we were having supper, and Loki was just going back and forth in the living room, bringing back all his toys and just bringing them here, trying to exchange his toys for some of our food. It was really cute. There's some of those moments when, like, you wish you had your phone or a camera or anything just to film it, but like you're eating and it's just not the right moment or it's inappropriate or whatever, and you're like, I'm just gonna have to tell people, and they're just gonna have to believe me. That's how it is. What time is it over in Australia for you? Is it? It must be during in the middle of the day or in the morning. That must be cute. Does she sleep in a like in a big pile of toys? Oh, 11. So yeah. So it's almost noon. So the time difference is what time it is? Is it like 9 here? I think it's 9. Yeah. Well, you can't see it right now, but 9 o'clock. 9:02. Yeah, right. You're an hour west, so well, an hour. The time the time difference is an hour for you. I'm gonna need some refreshments too. That's so cute. Eleven. It's he, he's gonna be nighttime. Daytime. Sorry. For me, it's 9 o'clock at night. Loki likes to bring one of his toys when we go to bed. Like he's gonna pick something and just run upstairs and continue like chewing or playing with it. And when the light goes off, he just like drops down and just sleeps. And then he brings it back the next morning with him back downstairs and gets ready for breakfast and to go out on his morning walk. What's up, girl? Laika. Hey, how's it going? Exactly. He's always ready to exchange one of his toys for something delicious. And he thinks everything worth. Can't blame him. I don't think his dry food looks very appetizing. Yeah, exactly. You're an hour. Would you say an hour early, or you're an hour later? Anyways, I'm. If it's 8 for you, it's 9 for me. It's pretty much nighttime here. Can't see much. Not much to see. Only the reflection doesn't work really well with the camera. They spent most of the day inside and playing together. I had a lot of work to do today, and unfortunately, I couldn't spend. Loki, you little boy, he's falling asleep. Oh. When you say it's starting to get dark a little earlier, is that because like your winter is inverted with ours? Like for you, it's gonna be wintertime that's slowly setting in because you're in the southern hemisphere. For us, it's springtime that's setting in. Loki's such a oh, he's so sleepy. Yeah, we actually we just was it was it 2 or 3 weeks ago? We put an hour. The clock was advanced for another hour, so it's like our days just are just way longer. But like tonight, I think it was around 7ish when the sun went down. So, considering there's still a lot of snow outside, it's uh it's pretty late. Like the sun went down pretty late. During the summer, we can expect it to like at its when the days are at their longest, around 9:30, something like that. But yeah, for April, it's pretty good. But then again, it's the same thing every year. No difference with the sun, the rotation of the Earth around the sun. That's pretty. That's not gonna change. The beasts are just so tired and just sleepy heads. Laika's always on the lookout, making sure everything is supposed to going down how the way it's supposed to. Seven p.m. That's pretty early. I wonder if it's because of the inclination of the Earth, like the position it like it's slightly tilted. I don't know if it's in favor of the northern hemisphere versus how long the sun is gonna be up for you guys in the southern hemisphere. They're just so sleepy. Maybe. We're really far from the equator. I'm closer from the North Pole than the equator. Do your dogs have a nice little nap after eating? They're they always do this. Like I'm gonna make them supper. They're gonna eat. Afterwards, we're gonna play a little bit, give them a couple of treats, and then they just fall down and just sleep. Usually, this is either either like we're gonna be doing our second shift and working a little bit more, or we're gonna be watching a movie or something, and the dogs are just gonna be relaxing next to us downstairs or here in the living room, whatever. Yeah, that's about what happened here. It's been almost an hour. They've been and now they just found each one of them found their little spot and just went for a little nap. They're gonna nap like this till I start moving around, and then they're gonna follow me everywhere. But for now, it's nappy nappy. I love this position. It's like she's got a really thick neck, like very furry, very dense. Loki's even Loki's like a neck and the beginning of his neck and back is even bigger, and he's still a pup. Like you can just tell by the size of where his back is and where his neck is, where the end of the hoodie is. It's really insane. They look like little wolves. Oh yeah, absolutely. Every night. But at some point they're gonna just jump off the bed and sleep on the carpet. And later during the night, I think it's because they get too hot. Like on the second floor when we're in bed, uh, the heat just it rises, and I think it's too hot for them upstairs. So they come back down and they just resume the rest of their night, one in each of the chairs. This is Laika's chair, and this is Loki's chair, and they're gonna finish the night here. And in the morning, when it's pee time, pee o'clock, they just run upstairs and jump on the bed and let us know it's time to get up and get the day on. Loki, Loki's gonna be always the first one to come up. Obviously, because he's still pup, and he can't hold his bladder as long as Laika, but also because he likes to come and snuggle between us. It's really funny. Like he's gonna squeeze himself between me and my wife and just kind of snuggle between us and put his paws on either our back or our stomach to kind of push himself uh, on the other, and it's really cute. He's a little snuggle bear. P o'clock is usually around 7:30, never much more. It depends. Usually, we're gonna do around 10 kilometers with them, and sometimes when it's raining or it's well, the weather is really not cooperating with us, we're gonna do around 2 or 3. The way it is next to the house is we have a nice hiking trails, and the complete trail is 7 kilometers, but the way to get there is we have to go around the lake, and the lake is another 3. So if the weather is not really nice, we're just gonna go around the lake and come back home. But if the weather is nice, and we of course, if we have the time to do all this walking with them, we're gonna do the whole trail and come back home afterwards. The nice thing is when we're doing the trails, yeah, absolutely, every day, 2 or 3 times a day. But yeah, when we're going in the woods, usually they're gonna be off the leash, so it's 10 kilometers for us, but for them running everywhere and going up and down and wherever and running, it must be around 40 kilometers. So you'd be so if you need to go at 7:30, you'd be all timed up. Everybody would be up at the same time. Laika's a lot more mellow. She just, if like before we had Loki, she would just get up at the same time we get up. She'd not be fussy about, I need to get up now, I need to go out now, except when we're at the cottage. At the cottage, she knows that as soon as sunlight's up, as the sun's up, she can go outside and she can run after squirrels and do whatever she wants. We just open the door and let her go. Like she has her own territory. There's no roads. There's no people. There's no nothing. So she can just run wild and do whatever she wants. Pretty soon it's going to be melted enough for us to go, and we're gonna have to. We're gonna be doing a lot of footage over there. I think you guys are gonna think you're gonna find it very interesting. It's complete wilderness, and the dogs are really happy when they go there. Loki's never been there yet, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna be a happy camper. I'm really digging his little his little sweatshirt. Well, better safe than sorry. I know what you mean. I spend quite a lot of time when I'm working in the car, and sometimes it's just like I have to stop somewhere. There's no point in trying to make the next stop or trying to wait some more. Like when you're driving for most part of the day and you need like I drink a lot of coffee to be able to stay awake and stay focused, and at some point the coffee, well, it makes its way through the system and it needs to go out, and sometimes it's really not the best place, but you gotta stop on the side of the road and just do what you gotta do. Really? 7:30? You think that's guilty? I'm not gonna tell you what I feel guilty. Your jaw's gonna drop. When I'm on vacation, usually I think around 11 or 12 o'clock in the afternoon is a pretty decent hour to get up. But then again, I get up only to grab something nice and cold in the fridge, or just to go lay down somewhere else and just do nothing. The best vacations are the vacations when you just relax and just don't do anything. Well, for me anyways. I'm just always doing something. Oh, so yeah, he's got a funny shift because he's got to be awake during the night. I used to do that at some point in my life. When I was when I was in college, I was working in a bar, and I used to get up around 12 to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But I finished my shift at 4 o'clock in the morning, and like when you finish work afterwards, you're gonna have some supper. You're gonna relax a bit before going to bed, and like it was a really hard schedule to maintain because like between school and work and trying to keep a social life, like everything was falling apart. Such a good boy. Such a good boy. Look at all this fur. All this is fur. Like there's no neck here. This is no neck. This is just fur. It's crazy. Laika's not so bad either. Like her neck starts around here. I know, I'm weird. Just go back to sleep. Oh. It's just so peaceful to watch them. They're such good dogs. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna let you go. It's getting a little late. I gotta get up for work tomorrow. I'm used to getting up between 4 and 5. Oh yeah. Most of my friends who work in construction tell me even when it's the weekend that like they can't get up past like 5:30 or 6 because they're so used to getting up so early to be on the construction site at 6 or something like that. So like for them, sleeping an hour or an hour and a half or 2 hours over is gonna be something really exceptional. I make my own schedule, so I don't really know. But like I try to keep something reasonable for the dogs. Like they say we train them, but I'm pretty sure they trained me to have a certain lifestyle. Oh yeah, Loki's out cold. He's not even moving his eyes because when I'm talking. Laika's doing her little paws, one over the other, back and forth. Like she does it with the front ones and the back ones. She's so proper. Yes, we're talking about you. Good girl. She's got some weird sleeping habits. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this live. We're gonna try to do it some at different hours. Like last one was during the afternoon. The other one was I think it was on a Monday, and we're trying different things. We're trying to be able to reach a lot of people and trying to make it fun for everybody. And like if you've got some suggestions, and don't hesitate. We're here to make this experience as enjoyable for you as for us. So if there's something we can do to make it better, well, don't hesitate. We'd love to hear it. Or if there's something we're doing that you don't like, don't hesitate either. I think there's no such thing as a bad comment or as a bad review, not review, but like after 3 p.m. your time. So after 3 p.m., what would it be? What time would it be for you? It would be later during the night, I guess, around what? 8? Something like that? Because if it's 9 right now, and, well, if it was 9 and, whoop, I think I lost you guys. Wow, my phone is about to die. It would be 6 a.m. Oh, so for you, it would be in the morning. Yeah, you would prefer that in the morning, as you are a morning person. Okay, yeah, sure. I'm up for it. I guess the next live we're gonna do, we talked about it, and I think I'm gonna try to get my schedule to be able to do a live on next Friday, and we'll try to do it in the afternoon. Look at this guy, such a cutie. All right, guys, take it easy. For those of you who are not in the middle of the night, have a great day. Have a great Sunday or Saturday, and we'll see you in the next time. Don't worry about that. When I'm gonna say it's time for bed, or it's time to go do a last little pee pee outside before we go to bed, as soon as I unlock the door, he's gonna come running. All right.